Okay, so in yesterday's session, we discussed about jQuery and writing jQuery code. We have seen just simple button click event. So today we are going to see further jQuery, and before going to deeper into jQuery, so we'll see how to define a drop-down list with like parent and child relationship. So first we'll go to our database and we will define 3 tables. So there is a simple example for that. So in MMDB, what kind of tables we have? Not MMDB. So in MMDB may. So we have these 3 tables: TBL, country, city, and state. So let's execute. Let's create this table in our database, which is June 2023. So I generated the script. Okay, so TBL. This is going to create table in our database. Just change the database name. Yeah. TETI. So select this and execute this. Also generate the script for state. So these are the parent-child relationship. You can understand parent-child relationship by using this example. Okay, so and city also. MM. Okay. So there is a script to generate MEC. SQL. Yeah, insert into. So this script can be used to insert data from one database to another database. Close all this. So open a new query. So insert into our, what is our table? MATETI June 2023 DBO, table name TBL ERY. So these are the column names. Okay, so this doesn't have any SID. So select a name. So currently we are in MMDB May 2023. So this is the database name MMDB May 2023. So basically this TBL country. So this is going to select values from the TBL country from this database, and it's going to insert into the TBL country into this database. So from a different database to different database, it will do the insertions. So the select list. So let's see in MMDB. Okay, this remove this SID. Yeah, 3 rows get inserted. So similarly, you can do for other also. So now TBL state. So this TBL state. So I think this will have CID. CID. So here also we'll have CID. So let's execute this. Yes, 6 rows get updated. So again, copy this entire, it's for TBL city. So you can execute, just change the database. Okay. Yeah, so 12 rows get updated from one database to another database. So I'll keep this. Okay, so now we are good to go. So which one you want to use, whether you want to use entity framework or ADO.NET. Let's go with ADO.NET. So DAL. So brand DAL we defined. So you can define one more. Insert brand. So I'll define one more file. New item. So we are doing this stuff because we want to see the cascading drop-down list in jQuery or in MVC. So I'll say master data .cs. So this is a public class. So this is a public class. So you can, same thing, you can get brands. So if you want to use SQL connection, you have to use SQL client. Even the command type, it will be there in the SQL data. So this one, instead of get brands, I'll say get countries. So it's using SP brand. So what I'll do, I'll use the command type text only. So select star from TBL country. That's it. So why I'm displaying this? Okay. So I have to return data in a public void. So return this data. So what data we want to return? List of selected list item. So list of selected, or you can simply return. There are two things. You can return a data table. Yeah, you simply return the data table. So you don't need to write these things here. So this basically it will return the data and return detail. Okay. So what is this ADO.NET? Okay, mcommerce ADO.NET. Basically, this will return data in a data table format. So where is our app? This is our app. So create public action result. I'll say cascade example. So return view. So I'll add a view. So empty without model. So now we will use Viewbag. So let's see div country. So at the rate HTML dot drop down list for drop down list for. So this drop down list for has to use something, right? List for. So we need to display data. We need to display some sort of data. So when you are using drop down list for, you have to use the model. So in the models, define sample model. And I'll name it as, I'll use the existing COUNTRY. So this cascade will use the same at the rate model. What is that model? Models dot your application name, models dot model name. Your application name, what is that? M-commerce. This is small, not the caps. Model. So M-commerce app dot models dot sample model. So this is the way you can use. So now I'll bind this with M dot country. So this will basically bind the selected value, but I need to display the list of countries. I need to display list of countries, right? So right now I'm not going to call any database. So let's see in the controller how we define it. So basically for drop down list, we need a list of selected list item. So there is a type in MVC. So list of selected list item. So selected list items equal to new selected list items. So selected list items dot add. Okay. So new selected list item. So this will take a couple of things, like you can see the text value. These two are important. Value India. Right now I'm just defining the hard coded values. We can use database later to make the to make it simple. We can use the database table which I created few minutes back. So US UK. So now I have this data in the controller and I want to send it to the view. So how can I send? By using model you can send, but there is another way. There is a Viewbag dot countries equal to selected list item. So whenever I define Viewbag and some like ID or some property and I assign some value, So this view bag is a bag which can be shared like from controller to view, not from view to controller. So if I define something in this view bag, so here I can pick that up. So here view bag dot countries as list of selected list item. So let's see whether it's working or not. So understand, I'm preparing some data in the controller and I want to share it with view. So view bag is a mechanism. View bag is a mechanism, like the controller will define the view bag and add items to the view bag. So here in this case, countries, and select a list item, and I can pick that up. Okay, so cascade, you can see India, US, UK, which I sent it from the controller. Okay, so in next session, we will see how to replace this code with the database code. But here the takeaway point is I define some data and add it to the view bag, and that view bag is accessible within the view. So if you go to the another view, and if you traverse to another view and if you try to access here, it will throw an error because the scope, the life of the view bag from here, this action method to this view, that's it. Okay, yeah, we'll see in next session like how to get that data from the database.